to unfortunate weather conditions. It's not
just hoping for weather for everything that's going on.
Good afternoon, Seawolves, and welcome to the 2023 Homecoming Live Special. My name is Miles Reese.
And I'm Mike Anderson. We're here to bring you live coverage from all over Stony Brook's campus as we prepare for this year's homecoming.
Time flies when you're having fun, and we've been doing just that for this show for a full decade now. It's been 10 years since we first brought you our live broadcast.
That's right, Miles. Back in 2013, we were launched as Wolfstock Live, and look at how far we've come.
Now let's take a look at where we started and how much we've grown, with a produced recap of our own alum, Rachel Eiler.
Good afternoon and welcome to our live coverage of Wolfstock, the Stony Brook way of doing homecoming.
My recollection is I found out that we had the capability to go live, and then I bugged a bunch of people about it, and I said, can we do it? Can we do it? And then somebody else came up with the idea specifically to do homecoming.
For the next half hour or so, we'll have live reports from all around Wolfstock Village, including tailgating, alumni tents, the barbecue, and our own Bushra Malik joins us right now at the J tent, the journalism tent. Bushra, I see you have a special guest with you.
Live from Wolfstock, I'm Bushra Malik, and I'm here with Wolfie.
I think it was an honor in a lot of ways because it sort of opened the gates to what was possible for the school. We were really small, and I know that the school today has grown so much. It really opened our eyes to what the behind the scenes looks like when it comes to producing something, especially producing something live, and understanding that sometimes things can happen, sometimes things don't work out, and the audience doesn't always know that.
Now, Dahlia Ibrahim is standing by at the alumni tent next to Laval Stadium. Dahlia?
Thanks, Joe.
So I'm trying to talk to the anchors, like Joe Damiani. I'm trying to talk to him, and all I can hear is like Taylor Swift blasting in my ear, and I'm like, no, not now, not now. Like, please, not now. But you know what? That was part of the experience.
For the first time since the band's inception in 2006, John Letty will not be its leader. So who will keep the spirit of Stony Brook alive? Nicole Banson has the answer.
I was the producer of the show, one of the producers. So just kind of really, held everything together behind the scenes. I remember when I did my internship, a lot of the other interns didn't have that live experience that I was able to say that I had. So that really prepared me to be successful at my internship, which helped me land a job at News 12. And then, everything just kind of fell into place from there. And obviously today I'm at the New York Times. So definitely I can, thank everything that the live shows did and credit it to that.
Thanks, Dahlia. Now we go back to Basil, who's at tailgating. Basil, what's going on out there?
Well, thank you, Joe. I am currently here with Bruce.
We had web kids, we had broadcast kids, we had print kids all coming together like with the same common goal. Just let's produce the first live show that the School of Journalism has ever done. And we did it.
Hey, Ariel. I'm here with Ed Nolan, who's a two-time...
At 20 years old. That was amazing. That was the coolest thing that I can possibly think of. It was so cool, and I just felt like I was a part of something so great. And in that moment, I'm like, the J School's gonna, relish this, and like it'll always be like part of the J School. And I really can't believe that 10 years later, it actually is.
My name is Miles Reese. And I'm Mike Anderson.
So I'm really excited for them to see how much we've grown, and I'm excited to put a show on for them. It's a little bit of pressure, but I'm excited.
The fact that they're watching us try to revitalize it after COVID and everything that's happened over the past couple years is, it gives an extra set of eyes on us, which can mean extra pressure, but it can also mean a lot of extra excitement because something that you're doing is really meaningful.
It's just cool that I could say that I've done this and that this is something I'm knowledgeable on and I have the skill set on, and then in a couple of years maybe I could teach a student in my spot now about how to do this and what my experience was.
Looks like that's all the time we have for our first ever live homecoming broadcast. I can't believe it's over.
Well, the day's not over just yet. This is just our preview. Game time set for 6 o'clock. The gates open at 5, but get there early.
There's always a really long line.
Yes, there always is a long line. For all of us here at Wolfstock Live, thank you for watching. Enjoy the game.
That was truly amazing. We have really come a long way in this program. And Mike, believe it or not, there are lots of people who don't even know what homecoming truly is.
Yeah, you're right, Miles. Most people just associate it with a home football game, but it actually represents so much more. Let's listen to what the true meaning of homecoming really is.
With homecoming just a day away, students and alumni alike reflect on what homecoming truly means to Stony Brook. While the soccer team warms up the field, the homecoming football game and the events and activities surrounding it draw students, faculty, and most importantly, our alumni to come and share their Seawolf pride as they fill up the stands of the Laval Stadium.
Stony Brook University creates a fun and inviting atmosphere through brunch, barbecues, and tailgate, all in an effort for fundraising to give back to the school and to reunite students from all generations in their love for Stony Brook University. This has been Anastasia Poulos and Marie Lolas reporting for the Stony Brook Media Group. Let's go Seawolves!
Miles, someone who has serious investment in homecoming is the Director of Athletics at Stony Brook, Sean Helbrin. I think we all know Sean loves his football, and there are some other big sports going on too right now. There's a men's soccer game going on as we speak. So let's pass the ball over to our very own Daniela Rodriguez, who is currently on the scene at Laval Stadium with Sean to talk about homecoming and other stuff too. Take it away, Daniela.
That's right, guys. I'm here with Sean Helbron in the VIP lounge of Laval Stadium. So how's it going?
It's awesome. It's great to be here. Really excited about homecoming weekend and some great weather for Saturday.
That's right. We can only hope.
Yes.
So it's year 9 for homecoming for you. How does that feel?
It's always such an incredible time when campus comes together and there's so much energy and so much spirit. It's one of my favorite times of the year, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and we have a little surprise for you.
Okay.
So let's take a look at what some students said about you during your first 5 months back in 2014.
He's always high-spirited. Every time I see him, he's just positive, and you can tell he really cares about the student.
Hello, Mr. Hilron. Hello, new AD. He said, no, call me Sean.
I see him in the background because I'm in practice, you know. He's like talking to the coaches. He's on the side. He's saying hello to the guys.
I think he's doing a great job for Stony Brook University, first and foremost. He's focusing in on what we need to be successful as an athletic program.
So what are you feeling seeing your former student athletes, Chuck Priori, who's still here coaching our football team? How does it feel to see how much they appreciate you?
No, it means a lot because it's all about the student athletes. And, you know, for looking back at my first year and seeing Sabri Proctor, Aaron Thompson, it's awesome because for me, that's why I do this, to have that impact and hopefully for many years to come.
We can only hope. We love having you here.
It's awesome being here.
So our Seawolves are going to take on the New Hampshire Wildcats tomorrow. What are we going to expect from them then?
Listen, we've got to come out, play with energy. It's obviously been a bit of a tough year, but we always play at a different level on homecoming. Last couple of years, we've come out, gotten the big win, and I expect another big win tomorrow over the Wildcats.
For sure, and that stadium is going to be filled with Seawolves, and we're going to be cheering on our guys tomorrow. So we actually have some Seawolf fans here, so come on in, guys.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I'm going to send it back to you in the studio. Miles, Mike, bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye.
Thanks, Daniela. As we continue to commemorate our 10 years of live shows, let's hear from one of our alum who is part of the first broadcast, Basil John.
Basil John joins us as well at the tailgate. Basil, how's it going?
Thanks, Ariel. Well, everything is going quite crazy for the moment.
So it is super hard to believe that it's been 10 years since the first Stony Brook live show. But looking back at the time when we were working on everything, everything was a very crucial part. Everybody had to pull their own weight just to make this happen with the resources that we had available. This was the first time we were doing it. And looking back at it, you know, it's really an impressive feat. The fact that we were able to put this all together through all the collaborative efforts of everyone, it's also crazy because a lot of those people who I ended up working with, those were the people who were my friends throughout most of college until a lot of them graduated and, you know, they went on to the professional world. And ever since then, we've all been following each other as we've progressed in our lives, both personally and professionally. So even though it was a great experience for us to just go through it, it's a catalyst moment that led to just these friendships that have lasted over these 10 years, and I couldn't be more grateful for that.
You know, Miles, one of the great things about Homecoming Week is the showcase event the night before the big game.
That's right. Popular clubs such as Spirit of Stony Brook, Jubilee Latino, and various other fraternities and sororities will be performing later at Island Federal Arena. Brittany Dietz is there right now for more information. What do you have for us, Brittany?
Thanks, guys. As I'm sure you've heard, I'm here at Island Federal Arena where the Seawolf Showcase is actually happening right behind me right now. Due to unfortunate weather conditions, it's no longer at Stoller Steps, but don't worry, you'll have just as much fun here as you would out at Stoller. In exciting news, this is the 13th annual Seawolf Showcase, originating back in 2010, which is crazy to think about. It's been over a decade since the first Seawolf Showcase. This event has been a great way to enhance homecoming traditions, as well as bring back fellow alumni to support our Seawolves. There are 25 performances happening tonight, ranging from all of your favorite different groups. Some being the Ballroom Dance Team, Canaan Step Team, Gospel Choir, Jubilee Latino, Deja Vu Dance Team, Stony Brook Cheerleaders, the Stony Brook Football Team, and Coach Priori, and so much more. I actually had the opportunity to get a sneak peek into some of the performances happening tonight. Here is Puso Modern, Raswalaz, and the Pipettes.
The Seawolf Showcase is a homecoming tradition meant to showcase all the talent we have here on Stony Brook campus. Performances include dancing, singing, cultural showcases, and so much more. But here's a closer look into 3 different groups. Formerly known as Puso Dance Crew, Puso Modern is under the Philippine United Student Organization, focusing on an open-style dance. With the brand new generation, they hope to bring back the legacy.
So all our performances are completely original. We make the choreographies ourselves and teach them ourselves. Of course, we take inspiration from maybe previous years or other dance teams across the world. but typically everything here is always from scratch.
Some of their styles include contemporary, house, whacking, voguing, popping, and juking.
We don't necessarily have a specific foundation that we try to go for, but because Puso Modern, our choreographies are mainly done by either the admin board or the members ourselves.
The 22-member group has been working hard at perfecting their craft, with rehearsals ranging from 3 to 4 hours long.
And right now we're actually having our first Hell Week of the season for Wolfstock, so we're just doing a lot of cleaning right now for the performance and also for our competitive set.
The showcase will be a performance we have never seen from the group, so we can definitely expect a lot of energy and a new image of Puso Modern.
We have a lot of newbies this year that we really want to showcase, who we think are all very great additions to our team.
Their goal as a team is to keep pushing and striving as dancers. Stony Brook Raswalaz is a very high-energy cultural dance team that has a specific style of dance.
The kind of dance we do is like a folk dance that origins in Western India from the state called Gujarat.
There are some dances that include dandias, which are a form of sticks that are used in ras play, like even in the folk way, and some are done without it, so you'll see in the dance a mix of both kinds of dances.
Due to COVID, the team disbanded, but they are back and ready to perform for their second Seawolf showcase.
So it's a completely new routine compared to last year's showcase, but we've been working on it since the spring, and we've performed it at 1 or 2 places in the spring, but this is our first time performing it in the fall.
For this particular performance, they chose a special theme to dance to.
Like the story of one of our gods, his name is Krishna, and so it kind of goes through different parts of his life. We've removed a lot of like the skit aspects of it, so we're kind of sticking with the same theme, but not making it as apparent for showcase, making it more the dance aspect.
With a team of 22 members and most of them being new, they worked hard at practice, especially this past week, but they are ready for the audience to see what they came up with.
Well, we're really excited to see how they react to our new choreography because it's much more complicated than last year. Last year was our first year back. Everyone was a non-dancer on the team. Nobody had done this before, but we really upped our game in terms of skill, and so we're excited to see how that turns out.
Established in 2007, the Stony Brook Pipettes are the soprano-alto a cappella group entirely student-run and funded. They performed at the showcase for years and have kept the tradition alive.
This semester we picked the song, arranged the song, and did the choreography within like the first, I'd say, 2 to 3 weeks of the semester.
They performed tons of different genres, but mainly focus on pop, which is what they will be showcasing tonight.
Our specific song that we're singing this semester is completely new. We had our wonderful music director, Marissa Lane, completely arrange it. Currently, all of our repertoire is arranged by members, so we don't buy any of our arrangements.
The team of 18 members have been practicing day and night for the performance, learning the song and the movements that go along with it.
Typically, we learn it by breaking off into small groups and kind of like getting a feel for your part, and then it's just like drilling it together and a lot of also outside rehearsal practicing.
Our choreography usually goes along with the melody and the solo.
The Pipettes have a wonderful synergy that they are hoping the audience will see.
It truly is like a group of friends, and like I hope that that's conveyed in our performance and also like an awesome new song.
I hope our group dynamic definitely shines through because it's really for us at the end of the day.
You're on. After going to rehearsals and speaking with the performers, it makes me so excited to see them here on the stage. They have all been working super hard. And speaking of hard work, I know the coordinators of this event have been working super hard, trying with the quick turnaround of the rain. It's here now in Island Federal. So to talk with me, I have Student Engagement and Activities, Programs and Traditions Coordinator, Akila Francis.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
So I first want to know how much time your team has spent coordinating the 2023 event, from the setup of it all the way to building the stage today.
Absolutely. So the beginning of the semester is really when we started. So about 3 months, honestly, into summer, we had been planning this. So a lot has changed, especially considering of the weather. So, you know, it's just a lot of hard work that went into this meeting for hours during the week.
Yes. And how did the showcase originate in 2010, and what kept it going for 13 years?
So the director of Student Engagement Activities, Christine Marullo, she started it 13 years ago because she felt like there wasn't as much student engagement during homecoming time, and now it is what it is today. So
nice, yeah. And I know every year you have a really fun, energetic host. So I want to know who he is and how will he get the crowd hyped in the arena? Absolutely. So we have Mike Baba and DJ Spinful. It doesn't matter truly the location. He is here with his energy, whether it's at Solar Steps or in the arena. And honestly, we're just very grateful to even have athletics allow us to use the arena at this point in time. Yeah. And I know the showcase is your favorite Stony Brook event. Yes. So I want to know what it means to you and why it's important to keep the tradition going for all these years. Truly, it's just a very great way for us to deal with the clubs and organizations. It's honestly very helpful being able to meet with these new students who are here on campus as well. I think also because coming into Stony Brook University in 2020 where we didn't have showcase, I've only ever worked showcase. I've never been there as a student. So this is really, it's always a dream to have it come up. Yes. All right. Well, that's all I have. Thank you so much for spending your time with me here. Absolutely. Thank you. Yes. I remember going to the showcase last year and having so much fun. So you will definitely see me here again tonight. It's a great way to spend the night with your friends, dancing, singing, having fun, and best of all, it's free, and who doesn't love free things? Well, there you go. That's the Seawolf Showcase all summed up. I'll see you here tonight. I'm Brittany Dietz. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks so much, Brittany. And you know, Mike, one of the great things about the School of Journalism here at Stony Brook is the amount of experience that you gain from here, and you can use it in your career. And personally, I've learned so much here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, me personally, I've learned things that I couldn't have picked up anywhere else. This place has created countless opportunities for me, as it has for many students before us. Now let's take a look at how Stony Brook journalism alum Jacqueline Latanza was shaped by the school and what she's up to now.
Let's go back to the J tent with Jacqueline Latanza. She's there with Dean Stein. Jacqueline?
Thanks, Ariel. If there's anybody who knows Stony Brook as well, it's Dean Stein. Sorry about that. Live TV. Thank you for joining us at the J School tent, Wolfstock Live.
Yeah, there's definitely pride in being part of the first live show of the School of Journalism. When I think about it, it's really awesome to be a part of it, especially as an alumni looking back. I see that, the years after me, they're still doing the live shows.
Looks like that's all the time we have for our first ever live homecoming broadcast. I can't believe it's over.
I remember after finishing, when we all got together, everybody who was involved, because we were all over, I was in the Wolfstock area in the J tent, but then, there were anchors in the TV studio. So I remember when it ended and we just all came together, it was like, oh my gosh, we just did that. Once I graduated, this experience helped me to become a reporter for News 12 Brooklyn and the Bronx. And I did have the opportunity to do some live shoots. And, even though it's like a school project that we're doing the live show, it really makes a difference and it really helps.
Just amazing. That was great to see Jacqueline Latanza's journey here at Stony Brook. And Veterans Day is right around the corner, and I love seeing communities come together to recognize veterans who serve to protect our country.
Yeah, I agree. Our veterans kept us safe from afar just so we could live our daily lives and remain in peace here at home. The most we could do is give back to them now.
Now let's take a special look at a foundation that works with veterans suffering from PTSD, led by one of Stony Brook University's alum.
Founded by Stony Brook alumni Sean and Kelly Nuclay in the winter of 2013, Sail Ahead is a nonprofit organization that uses sailing in the ocean as a healing platform to spread post-traumatic stress and veteran suicide awareness.
Being on the water is extremely healing. It allows you to feel safe, access different parts of your mind. So Sail Ahead is a wonderful organization. Sail Ahead has been a part of my journey to wellness and better living with my diagnosis.
During the peak summer season, Sail Ahead has 5 main events all throughout Long Island where they seek to spread their mission and their message to the veteran community. One of these events is at Centerport Yacht Club.
Just this year at one of our yacht club events, we had somebody came up to me and said that he tried to take his own life, and that sailing events that we organize are one of the few events he looks forward to annually each year. and that's something that's keeping him going.
The third and final mission of Sail Ahead is to honor and remember our mates, the name tags of 219 veterans who have died by suicide in the U.S. over a 10-day period. If you'd like more information or looking to get involved, go to www.sailahead.org. This is Maya Duclay, Stony Brook Media Group.
All right, you guys are on.
Hi guys, we are here with Sean Duclay. He is the founder of Sail Ahead. He's the co-founder of Sail Ahead, and he founded this entire nonprofit when he was 14 years old. Hi Sean, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Of course. So could you tell us a little bit how you got this idea started and how this nonprofit came to be?
Certainly. So one day while preparing for school, well, first of all, my brother and I have been sailors our whole life. And one day while preparing for high school, when I was 14 years old, the News 12 was talking about the veteran suicide epidemic. And there are 22 veterans at the time that were taking their lives every day. When we heard that, we thought that this was not right, that something had to be done. And being young and maybe naive as we were, we thought we could save the world. So we invited a Vietnam War era veteran to come sailing with us.
Wow.
And we learned that he was going to therapy for 20 years to treat his PTSD. When we were done sailing and got back to the beach, he gave me a hug, he started crying. I started crying, and then I asked him why we were crying.
Yeah.
And that's when he told me that was the best therapy he'd ever had. So from then on, we kind of realized that we had like a duty to our veterans to continue and to take as many out to the water as we could.
That's amazing. So what type of events do you host for veterans, and when do these events take place?
So we have 5 yearly events, which range in size. They can be anywhere from 9 sailboats to 53 sailboats. And so we can take out at one time between 40 veterans and their family members, and about 250 veterans and their family members.
Wow.
We also sail year-round. We have partnerships with various sailing organizations and captains and skippers that enable us to take veterans sailing all the time. And so this year, 500 people were involved on the water with our programs and events.
That's awesome. So how has this impacted your life in any way? Like, this is such an amazing nonprofit. How has this affected your life and the way you look at the world?
Well, it has totally consumed it. And I love it. There's no greater pleasure I've been so far able to get from life than in helping people. And this year is the first year I'm doing it full time, so that's been exciting. It's a whole journey. I'm learning a lot. Yeah. I'm making a lot of friends, and I get to go sailing a lot more than I ever did. So I really like it.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit more about these name tags? I'm a little curious about them. What are those about?
Sail Ahead has 3 missions. One is to use the sailing and the water as a therapeutic platform to help heal the scars of war, and specifically to prevent veteran suicide. Number 2 is to raise and spread post-traumatic stress and veteran suicide awareness. And number 3 is to honor and remember our mates. So these are our mates. As I said before, the VA said that at least 22 veterans were taking their lives every day. This, 219, this is one shy of 10 days worth of suicide. So every 10 days, this many veterans die by suicide in the U.S. So it's important for us to keep their memory alive. As a mother of one of our mates said about her daughter, the worst thing that could happen to her is that she's forgotten. So we endeavor to remember them. They're on our website. You can read all about them. And if you have any more questions, I could definitely go into detail about the personal stories of many of our mates.
That's amazing. That's amazing that you increase this awareness with all the names and everything. And most importantly, how can people get involved? How can students get involved, especially Stony Brook students? I know that this is a nonprofit that is welcoming of volunteers, right?
Yes, we are. So thank you for asking. The first thing I would say is go to our website, www.sailahead.org. We are also trying to set up internships and where we would like help from marketing students, the sailing team, if any volunteers would like to come out and sail with us.
That's amazing.
So, but start by going on our website, and you can email us info@sailahead.org, and then we can take it from there.
Perfect. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will have us go back to the desk at the studio. So back to you guys.
Thank you, Sydney. That was some really powerful stuff there, Miles. After all the veterans gave to us, it's great to see somebody giving back.
It's great to see communities come together, I agree.
All right, well, now to pivot to sports. So tomorrow is the final and perhaps the most anticipated event of Homecoming Week, the Homecoming Game. The Stony Brook football team is slated to host the University of New Hampshire Wildcats tomorrow at Kenneth P. Laval Stadium. The Wildcats are 3-3 this year and 1-2 in conference play. They're going to be a tough matchup for Stony Brook, as they're ranked number 22 in the football championship subdivision coaches poll. The Seawolves will look to snap their season-long losing streak tomorrow and get their first win of the year on homecoming, just like they did a year ago.
And that's all we have for you today about these exciting events.
Thanks so much for watching our 2023 SBU Homecoming Live show. Here's to 10 years of live productions and many more.
Enjoy the Seawolves Showcase tonight, the football game tomorrow, and all of the other events as we return to Wolfstock.